I have a question for you. Why do people play video games? Don't bother answering that, I can't hear you. But if you were to answer that, there's so many things you could say. Entertainment, releasing anger, to experience an emotional story, to challenge themselves, to relax. Video games are so diverse in tone, just like any other artistic medium. And I personally believe that video games are one of the most creative mediums since they encapsulate so much. With visuals, music, writing, you name it, it's probably in a game. Today, we're gonna journey through a bunch of video games, from the happy to the bloody to the whatever this is. I should probably change it to a dorkier shirt though. Yeah, I guess this works. The history of video games dates back to a long time of... Wait, how much time have I used already? We don't have time for this. Let's start with a game that you may or may not be familiar with. Minecraft is a game that falls under many genres, but most appropriate for today is the sandbox genre. You could also put games like Roblox and even Fortnite in that category now. Sandbox games basically allow players to do whatever they want, and Minecraft is no stranger to creativity. Wanna, I don't know, shoot a dragon with a bow that fires TNT while riding a pig as the bird from Duolingo? In hell? Minecraft technically has an ending and achievements and stuff you can do, but the main part of it is just the creativity from the players. And though the game is just limited to cubes, you can be extremely creative with those. Just look at this build. Even though I've been playing this game for the better part of 9-ish years, don't just take my word for it.
What's your name and how long have you been playing Minecraft?
Yes, hi, my name is Xander, and I've been playing Minecraft not as long as most people. I got the game, I think around 2019, 2018.
What's some of the stuff you've made or done in Minecraft?
So a lot of my favorite things I've done in multiplayer, and I have played a lot of survival servers. The builds I've made on there, not necessarily with other people, but that I've been able to show to other people, and some funny pranks I've done.
Do you want to talk about the Warden one?
Yeah. A little ago, this was last summer, maybe 2 summers ago, there were 2 main factions on this server at the time. And for some of you who might not know who are watching this, the Warden is a very strong mob that you can summon in a certain biome, which we happen to have right under our base. And so we set up an elaborate structure to summon a bunch of these Wardens and then lure them all the way to the opposing team's base, which was very far away. There was a whole process, but it was all worth it because they got very mad, and it was so funny.
What's the appeal of a game like Minecraft over something more linear?
A big part of it is just the replayability. Like, you can keep doing Minecraft over and over, and you can play it a little differently each time. Like, where you build your base, how you go about doing various parts of the game, like mining, exploring, what you're trying to focus on, whether your goal is to make an epic looking base, whether your goal is to get all the achievements, to kill your friends a bunch. There's a lot of different things you can do that wouldn't be possible if it was just you do this and then this and then this and then this.
What are some things you wish the game did or didn't have?
Well, actually, I do think the game would benefit from having more progression, because currently there are only like 3 steps to beating the game as it is, which isn't really the end of the game, it's just unlocks a new area. But that has stayed the same, those steps have stayed the same throughout the more than 10 years Minecraft has been in development. And other parts of the game have been completely overhauled. And that kind of, at this point, feels like it's been a little left behind.
All right, thank you.
While a game like Minecraft promotes creativity and exploration for all ages, other games delve into a more controversial territory. Ah yes, the Grand Theft Auto series. While I'd also call it a sandbox, its player base uses it for a bit more, unorthodox version of creativity. Grand Theft Auto 5 hold on, I gotta skip the cops real quick, is a game that puts you in the mind of criminal mastermind Michael, naive and a young Trevor, who I'm playing as right now because he has slow motion driving, which I am not using, and off the rails, absolutely insane Trevor. As a trio, they get up to a lot. Is that a helicopter? Oh god. And you're basically given free reign to wreak havoc over the whole city. The story of this game is, how do I switch my guns? I forgot. The story of this game is it tackles a lot of important topics. Oh my goodness, I gotta reload. Overall, if you can get past the gratuitous violence, why can't I blow it up? Oh my goodness. The series has been hit with many controversies for its violence, dark themes.
What kind of animal do you take me for? No, I didn't kill him.
Oh,
But I did kidnap his wife. Oh,
oh, and did I mention violence? Yeah, this game is a lot, but it also has a surprisingly deep story and tackles a lot of great issues. Loyalty, mental health, capitalism, corrupt governments. But you wouldn't know that if you were just an angry parent saying, video games say bad word? But video games are for children! GTA proves that you can kind of have your cake and eat it too when it comes to controversy. Take, for example, I don't know, South Park? That show's probably the best parallel to Grand Theft Auto that I could think of. It has its fair share of controversy and crudeness, but at the end of the day, justifies it all with its stories and messaging. If you give it the benefit of the doubt, that is. Grand Theft Auto 5 tells the story of 3 extremely and cartoonishly flawed people. But no matter how ridiculous the story of this game can be or how much gratuitous violence there is, at the end of the day, they all feel like they could be real people. To an extent, obviously. Now, if there's one genre I know that's infinitely heightened by being a video game, it's horror games. And rather than go for one of the obvious ones like a Resident Evil or a Silent Hill, I decided to go with one that's very popular, but still not as talked about as I think it should be. We are on our way.
Can you guys see?
We can see it. Oh my god!
What is that?
Oh.
You didn't warn us about that, Gumby.
Lethal Company is a game where you die. It's a game where you die. You and your beloved coworkers are tasked to find scrap to sell on different planets. But let's just say these planets aren't very...
Oh, dessert! Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Who died? Who died?
PJ.
friendly. You could say the company you work for is, God, what's the word for it again? Deadly? Yeah, I guess you could say you work for a pretty deadly company. I played this game a lot with my friends, especially one that you just might recognize.
We chillin'. We chillin'.
Alright, reeling. Right. Okay.
I told you at the front. The thing got
Oh.
Lethal Company is one of the best examples of immersion in horror games that I can think of. From its immersive voice chat that matches the environment you're in,
You have to go.
You just pass it.
Oh wait,
It's right there. It's right there.
where?
to its HUD that lets you see the mask that you are currently wearing, to its brutal environments that treat you like an outsider.
No, I don't want to see it. Video games as a whole are an amazing art form, and I really think more people should recognize them as that. They scratch an itch that no other medium can, allowing for the most immersion out of any other kind of media. The sheer diversity and potential of video games is enough to solidify them as one of the most creative mediums out there in my mind. There are a lot of games I couldn't talk about, so I'm gonna throw in a couple honorable mentions in there. Undertale. It's a role-playing game where you can talk to enemies instead of fighting them. It has an extremely impactful story, unique gameplay, and it's just one of the best indie games of all time. And it was only made by one person. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild giving you an extremely open world to explore. Animal Crossing, a series I know many of us enjoyed over the pandemic, but it really just does serve as a nice relax from all those other more intense games. If you're already really into video games and basically agree with every point I said, then this probably isn't really gonna do much for you. But for anyone else, just maybe casual gamers or someone who doesn't play games at all, I hope I was able to at least broaden your horizons a little bit.